last week a new update for doors came out called the content update, and with it a brand new entity called Sally. Now, as expected with new entities, there are a bunch of secrets, bugs, and just overall weird mechanics with Sally, and today we're going to be taking a look at them. And I guarantee you there's at least one thing in here that you didn't know about. So without further ado, let's jump into the first secret, which is that Sally can completely break furniture and containers. Yes, you heard me right. Let me explain. If you've been keeping up with the update, you'll know that to stop Sally from attacking you, you need to first drop her an item. But what you might not have known is that Sally can also get distracted by items that spawn naturally on tables, desks, and in drawers. The problem is that when Sally plays with these items, the items don't get detached from their containers, and Sally just completely breaks them. Now, I've gotten this to work on tables, drawers, and even the writer's desks, but unfortunately, this doesn't seem to work with the room keys, as Sally doesn't seem like she can actually pick them up. Here's a few more clips of Sally getting things like batteries and bandages, which kind of spawn pretty frequently, so I feel like this is definitely going to get patched. Here in this next clip, you can see that Sally just straight up phased through the entire floor while chasing me and targeted onto an item in a room that I didn't even open up yet, so yeah, definitely super buggy. The next secret is that Sally can actually spawn on the very first door of the hotel. So as you can see here, I pick up the room 1 key off the rack, and as soon as I unlock the door, you can hear the sound Sally makes and her little giggle, followed by her jumping out the window. Our next secret is that if you pick up an item that Sally is walking towards before she gets to it, she'll actually glitch out and just keep running in a straight line forever, which is honestly probably the best way to handle Sally. You can avoid taking damage and you get to keep all your items, so that seems like a win-win for me. Moving on, our fourth secret is that it's actually impossible to die to Sally. Now, this is because when Sally attacks, she doesn't do flat damage. Instead, the damage she deals is a percentage of your health, about 67% or 2/3. In addition to this, she also is programmed to always leave you with at least 3 health points left, meaning she can never fully kill you. Next up is that Sally is 1 out of 5 total entities that you can find in the doors lobby. To find her, first exit the hotel and then walk over to your right. If you look up at the window, you'll see Sally's face smiling in the dark, and you can actually jump onto this little awning here to get a better look. Heading back into the hotel, our next secret that you probably didn't know is that it's impossible to outrun Sally. Even if you consume an item that gives you a bunch of speed like the Jug of Starlight, Sally will just teleport to you once you get too far away and will endlessly chase you until she either finds an item or catches up to you. Next up is that you can actually crucify Sally in 2 different ways. The first way is to hold out your crucifix before Sally attacks you. As you can see here, she gets crucified before I take any damage. And the second way is to first give her an item, and then while she's playing with the item, take out your crucifix and interact with her. This will trigger the crucifix and cause Sally to get crucified. If you crucify like this, by the way, you also seem to get your item back. Our next little secret is that overhealth doesn't protect you from Sally. If you use an item like a Starlight in a bottle, you usually get extra overhealth on top of your original HP. But if Sally attacks you, she will completely ignore your overhealth and directly deal damage to your core HP pool, aka the white HP bar. Taking a quick detour, you might not know that Sally is the only entity from the hotel floor that doesn't make an appearance in the mines, which is kind of weird. I feel like they should definitely add something in the mines where she can spawn in. Maybe in the rooms with the sinkholes where you can see to the sky. I don't know. Moving on, our next secret is that modifiers that increase entity spawn rates like bad time, really bad time, and worst time ever will in fact also increase the spawn rate of Sally. So if you want an easy way to get Sally, definitely turn on the worst time ever modifier and you will have a better chance of getting her to spawn. Next up, if you have God mode enabled through the admin panel when Sally spawns in, she will immediately despawn after breaking through the window. My guess here is that when Sally actually spawns in and breaks through the window, when you're in God mode, she probably can't see you and therefore just despawns because she doesn't see any target to attack. Now, if you've been playing doors, you're probably familiar with this next one, but Sally actually used to be called Window and did exist prior to the content update. Now, when Sally was Window, the only thing we knew about her is that she was a face that would very rarely appear in windows, hence the name Window, and would shortly disappear after a flash of lightning. She wasn't able to break through the window and attack you and was more of an Easter egg than a full-on entity. Another thing you may have noticed is that Sally is actually one of the few entities that has a 3D model, which you can see when crucifying her and turning on free cam through the admin panel. Now, most of the entities indoors like Rush, Ambush, and Screech have 2D models, which are just kind of flat images, but there are a few, just like Sally, that have 3D models like the Figure and Seek. Finishing off where we have a couple of lore-based secrets, our first being that the inspiration for Sally actually came from the shadow of Charlie, a character in a game called Don't Starve. And our last secret is that Sally's achievements are actually references to other games and movies. Her playtime achievement is a reference to Baldi's Basics, and her playtime's overachievement is probably a reference to Toy Story 2, although technically this last one hasn't been officially confirmed. And there you have it. Those are 15 secrets about Sally, and I bet there's at least one in there that you didn't know about. If you did learn something new, I'd appreciate it if you could drop a like, and if you want to support my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.